today to speak a little bit about autoimmune disorders. Autoimmune, the word says it itself, an automatic immune system which constantly attacks itself. There are various health disorders that we have from autoimmune, things ranging from fibromyalgia to rheumatoid arthritis to lupus to cellulitis to chronic regional ileitis, Crohn's disease, and so forth. And it goes on and on and on. And we have to stop and think, like, how did we get all these problems? How do all these autoimmune disorders come about? Well, some of them might come from over years of taking different antibiotics, which lowers the immune system. Some of it comes from pesticides that are in the foods, chemicals that are in the air. We also have problems with food. A lot of food is synthetic. A lot of food has a lot of preservatives in it the body can't process. What I personally believe also is that it may be part of it could be hereditary or problems with DNA chromosomes. You know, genetically we have acquired some of these problems. But one of the biggest factors that we can't forget is emotional disorders. And I would say that 98% of all physical health problems, unless it's a trauma, all manifests itself from an emotional trauma or an emotional disorder. And that could come from anything, from a marriage, a divorce, it could come from stress, anxiety, it could come from money problems, and so on. And the actual emotional duress that we undergo does lower our immune system, doesn't let our body function. A secondary factor in autoimmune disorders, which I personally believe plays a big role, is what we call leaky gut syndrome. And a lot of the people don't really understand what that is, but what leaky gut is like a stomach through chronic trauma has little holes in it. And what happens is when the food goes into the stomach, instead of it being digested and absorbed, a lot of the proteins from the food, small particles, leak through the gut, through those little tiny little holes, and a lot of undigested proteins are recirculating in the body, causing all kinds of autoimmune and all kinds of allergic responses itself. So autoimmune disorders are a big thing. The foods we eat are another problem. We are trying to have better diets. We kind of find that people on vegetarian diets or on the paleo diet, which is the Mediterranean or more of a fish diet, have less stress on the immune system and gives the body a chance to repair. Also, we must not forget, whether it be drugs, whether it be alcohol, whether it be smoking, are all contributing factors of having autoimmune deficiency. So what do we do about it? Well, there's various factors that must be decided. We must understand that we all have an individualized body chemistry and that we're all very unique. And so what works for one doesn't work for the other. An example is that people today, the worst thing out there is the internet. People are out searching for answers to their autoimmune disorders on the internet and trying all kinds of remedies only to find that they don't work. Why? Because, as I said before, what works for one may not work for another. And that's because we all have unique biochemistry, we all have unique genes. Also, another factors is hereditary factors, as well as we have sometimes mutations in DNA and in the chromosomes that bring out these autoimmune disorders at all. Another big autoimmune disorder is lupus, and it seems like lupus is in autism. Everything is like beginning to become more predominant and really spreading out throughout the world. So what I suggest to you is that you need to find someone that is a physician that's into holistic medicine, that's someone that can sit down and go over all the parameters of all the exposure you have, to go over all your diet, to go over all your nutrition, to go over all your disease manifestations, go over your emotional factors, and come up with a protocol designed specifically for you to help boost your autoimmune disorder or the autoimmune system, which then will make you a more healthier life. Thank you and have a great day.